Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Martin and we're back with some more Loki. Last time on Loki we got a whole lot of information about the TVA, Loki time traveling or getting out of Avengers when he wasn't supposed to, so now these people are on his arse about it, and now there's a killer variant of Loki that he needs to hunt down with Owen Wilson, and Loki had to do a whole bunch of character growth within 2 minutes to try and get him into a position where we know the character. And basically, there was a lot. There was a lot going on last episode. Already, the theories are running wild on the internet about what could be going on, why things are happening the way that they are. I'm in this headspace at the moment of the sort of variant Loki that they're hunting down may not be as evil as we think it is. It all ties back into what I was saying with episode 1, that Loki seems to fundamentally disagree with the TVA in a lot of ways, and I feel like whatever this variant of Loki is just kind of taking it to that next level, that next stage, by actively trying to disrupt what they're doing. And like those things, when they put things into a timeline that shouldn't be, it seems like they're wiping that timeline out so it doesn't diverge, and so the sacred timeline continues. And whatever this variant of Loki that they are now hunting seems to want to stop that from being the case. Like they want to lock this down, maybe create chaos by allowing multiple other timelines to start spreading out, which is a very Loki thing to try and do, I would imagine, like just to, you know, throw a spanner in the works, as it were. So I'm interested to see what our version of Loki is going to make of this other variant, whether they're going to get along or not, or what could possibly happen. I don't know if we'll see this variant in this episode. I've managed to keep away from spoilers because, again, the episode's been out maybe about a day until I've got to record this, so I don't know. I have literally no idea what's going to happen in this episode second episode. But yeah, I'm excited, so let's jump right on in and see what episode 2 has for us. Doing a Renaissance fair? Is that what we're doing? Yep, we absolutely are doing a Renaissance fair. Where's this going? You guys are going to stand out. Those aren't period costumes.
Hi! What's going on? You guys aren't dressed right. So.
Oh, this was a mood changer. This tent suddenly got atmosphere out of nowhere. Oh dear. Well, that's not good. And this copyrighted music is also not good for the video. This variant of Loki is like a fucking Michael Myers slasher killer. Oof. Literally. Or the hooded person from Hot Fuzz. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this variant of Loki is gathering up all these time-destructive pod things so they can just wipe out everything. Who knows? The show hasn't given me enough information yet, and I should stop trying to guess.
What happens when a Nexus event branches past Redline?
Very bad things.
Come on, Loki. What is it?
It's when the TVA can no longer reset a Nexus event. Okay?
Right.
He's
and
just
that
got a
leads
desk
to
job
the
now?
destruction of the
Is that where this is
timeline
gone?
And the collapse of... Watch it. Where's your manners? Hey, quit it. That is not nice.
Let me see the back of that jacket.
Very subtle. Well done.
I don't want anybody out there to forget what you are.
Does she
A
handcraft that
cosmic
jacket for
mistake.
him because she hates him that much?
Here's the deal. When we get out on the brand, a type we should all be very familiar with, because the TVA has pruned a lot of these guys, almost more than any other variant. And no two are alike. Slight differences in
I was going to say,
appearances,
one of my theories
not
was
so
I bet
slight,
there's a lot of
different
Lokis coming
powers,
through
although
this place.
powers generally, because you already know that we can catch you, and how's betraying us going to get you any closer to the timekeepers?
An audience with the timekeepers is on the table.
I figured that's what he's kind of want after learning everything. I would love to meet the timekeepers if they're actually even alive still. I'm slightly worried that they might be dead.
Loki couldn't have gotten the jump on C20.
I think you underestimate, actually.
Fan out and search for her. And hurry up, because we're at 3 units until red line.
Come on.
I'm starting to think the TVA are slightly, I can't think of the word,
Wait.
but it's arrogant is the best one that comes
If
to
you leave
mind.
this
Like,
tent, you'll end up
they've
like
been
that.
used to ultimate power so long that they can't see what's in front of them.
The time variance authority and the gods of Asgard, one and the same. Drunk with power, blinded to the truth.
This is
Those you
exactly what I
underestimate
just
will
said.
have- And we'll need to speak to the timekeepers at once. They're in graver danger than we realized.
Where does the lies end and the truth begin?
He's lying. Just playing games. There's no one out there.
Reset the
Would motivate you to find the killer, not because you care about the TVA mission or being a hero, but because you know this variant is better than you, and you can't take it.
You definitely can't take it, that's for damn sure.
I'll give you 2 options, and you can believe whichever one you want. A, because I see a scared little boy shivering in the cold, and you kind of feel bad for that ice runt. Or B, I just want to catch this guy, and I'll tell you whatever I need to tell you.
Maybe it's both. Just
I
saying.
need your sympathy.
Don't do it. Oh, he did it.
Can I help you?
Okay, it didn't go too
Yes,
bad.
I'm on some important. Okay, I'd like all files pertaining to the beginning of time then.
Those are classified.
Okay, the end of time.
Those are classified.
Okay, what files can I have?
Everything that might be helpful, classified. Destruction of Asgard. We saw that in the movie. There's a lot of casualties in Asgard. It is fascinating because Loki, despite his evil doings, he does care. I think that's why people like him as a villain so much, is because he is actively invested in everything that's going on around him. He's not disconnected from everything.
He's hiding in apocalypses.
Which apocalypse? Any time in history, there's like a million of them.
So, let's just say
What are you doing?
your salad is Asgard.
No,
in this scenario.
it's not Asgard.
It's-
That's
it's a
my
metaphor.
lunch.
Just
He's trying to get you to look outside the box,
I
Owen
can
Wilson.
go
Listen to him.
down, I can do whatever I want to do, and it would never matter. It wouldn't go against the dictates of the timeline because the apocalypse is coming. Ragnarok. Surtur will destroy Asgard no matter what I do.
No, don't do.
I get what he's trying to
There's
say.
the apocalypse.
That's the apocalypse.
Ragnarok.
It's like the perfect cover.
Here's a fun theory. You lure me out into the field and then you stab me in the back. And that's a theory I don't want to test.
I never stab anyone in the back.
I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times.
I never do it again because it got old.
Loki! Loki!
Attack of the goats! Attack of the goats! Yep, just throw all the apples out of the basket. Just go nuts. Is he right? Is he right?
I don't believe it. Zero variance energy, no branching in the timeline.
The TVA would never even know we were here.
You might want to leave, guys.
If it were me.
There is a beautiful union of form and function, which we call the jet ski, and a reasonable man cannot differ.
You ever been on one?
No.
Oh my god, this show better end with Owen Wilson on a
Growing up on a
jet ski.
on a sacred time.
There's no such thing as free will.
Well, I mean, you know, it's an oversimplification.
So in fact, in a way,
This is interesting.
you and I, here at the TVA,
This was always
we're
meant to
the
happen.
only ones who are actually free.
Or, yes, because he's a
Don't
variant.
yes, Loki.
Because he's upset the TVA because he's not meant to be there. This is bringing up all kinds of things in my head.
Because, well,
But no one bad is ever truly bad. And no one good is ever truly good.
scared little boy.
Yes, it was quite patronizing. I thought it was a bit too far, actually.
Oh, brainwave. He's having a brainwave.
Kablooey.
What's that?
Candy. You have candy on Asgard?
Yeah, grapes, nuts.
Oh, you're so bitter. Okay, Kablooey was only
All you
sold
get is
regionally
grapes,
on
nuts.
Earth from 20 every
No
apocalyptic event. I'm gonna give you
Reese's
half
Pieces
and
for
we'll
you
just
in
make a
Asgard.
competition. See who finds. Just just in case.
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on now. Come on now. Alright, we're going to see this variant. We're going to see what they look like. If it's going to be a Tom Hiddleston or a different actor altogether.
Hey,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's okay. It's okay.
what are you doing?
Shopping for plants.
In the middle of a storm?
In the storm.
Yeah, well. Oh, okay. He was possessed. Just passed into her. That ain't good.
He's dead.
You're the fool the TVA brought in to hunt me down.
Me, I presume.
Please. If anyone's anyone, you're me.
How nice to meet you, Loki.
Ugh, don't call me that.
Oh, interesting.
You can call me Randy.
God, now I understand why Thor found this so annoying. Listen, enough with your games. I'm trying to help you. I kept them.
Oh, he's got a Roomba. Loki's got a magic Roomba.
Stop hiding!
What's with all the Hoover-based weaponry?
You can find me yourself.
This isn't about you.
Okay, it's not about Loki at all. Where's the... This isn't good. We might want to leave. What is this doing, though? What's the plan here? Other than... Oh, now I see. This might not be a good thing for the TVA. There it is! Timeline's dying! We're going into chaos mode, baby! I mean, I expected something like this would probably happen, but not in episode 2. So it makes me wonder where the rest of the show's gonna go. She looks great, though. I feel like they're gonna be well matched when we actually get to see them go head to head, as it were. Look, made him look slightly incriminating there, didn't he? Oh, I have no idea where that's going to go. But I'm excited! Okay, that was the reaction to episode 2 of Loki. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button. Helps this video get seen by other people. Maybe consider subscribing. But for now, we're going to talk about this episode. I'm really enjoying the show. I don't know, it's just ticking all the boxes for me and my sensibilities. And as you can see from the reaction, I'm just eager to jump into like fearing everything that's happening at every second, and I have to keep pulling myself back and just watch it properly, which is hard. I know that might feel like I'm playing it up for the video. It's not. It's just generally my mind is just ticking over all the possibilities, and I'm just sort of saying them out loud. But no, I'm really enjoying this show, and this is another episode. The thing that took me by surprise the most here is that we're really, seemingly at least, diving into the sacred timeline's collapse in episode 2. I didn't expect that to happen. I thought that would happen maybe around, halfway through episode 4 kind of area, but the fact that it's happening so early on is interesting. I feel like that's gonna take the show down a different path a lot sooner than what I expected to. Having the reveal of our sort of main antagonistic variant Loki, I'm still convinced we're going to probably see some more variants of Loki across the other episodes, but to have the reveal of the sort of female Loki is so soon is an interesting choice. I feel like it's also a good choice, because rather than just pulling us along on a thread for multiple episodes, just have it revealed here and now, and just do it. It's a bold, brave choice, and I think it goes against type in terms of these types of shows where you would try and pull that thread for a little bit longer. So it's kind of refreshing just to, oh, here we go, this is what's happening, and now we've got these two Lokis trying to do better than one another. It's interesting because I feel like even though they're variants of one another, they both have the Loki ego and desire to be smartest, best person in the room. But the fact that the variant Loki says that this isn't about him, like our Loki, it's interesting because I suspected that whatever's going on is more to do with the Timekeepers, the TVA, this variant Loki's sort of desire to smash the system, as it were. It's going to be interesting in future episodes to maybe peel back the onion layers and find out exactly why that is. Because I suspect we're going to get an idea of where this other version of Loki has come from, what happened in there, what was supposed to happen in their timeline. I'm really interested in how variants even come into existence, since like the Timekeepers and the TVA are meant to be keeping just the sacred timeline. This is the way it goes. This is time. And they seem to have achieved that, and yet there are still variants. Like, variants are still occurring. Like, these things are still happening, and yet they apparently have got this shit on lockdown, but apparently not. So I'm interested to see how all of that is meant to be taking place and see where the show takes that side of things. And also the whole conversation between Owen Wilson and Mobius is a completely different character. And Loki, when they're talking about free will, was really interesting because the whole conceit, at least as episode 1 frames it, is that the timeline is how it's supposed to be. This is how time flows. We maintain that. But now we've got this Loki from sort of our MCU universe who is diverted from that. They're supposed to, in normal cases, eradicate him and the timeline so it doesn't split off. But they've decided to keep him under surveillance and Owen Wilson to be his handler, unless it's willed to be by the Timekeepers, which I extremely doubt. that surely is bringing in an element of free will and chaos into the TVA, which is probably why some of the other TVA members are slightly cautious of the whole thing, like him even being there, because the fact is they're probably thinking, is that supposed to happen? Is surely him being here is diverting our own timeline, and it's interesting. And I feel like the show is going to play with that further as the episodes go along. But it was an interesting conversation between the two of them about free will and chaos versus order and the lines between the two and all that stuff. And to frame that around a jet ski is just perfect. It's just a good, relatable thing to throw into the conversation to say, but it'd be fun. It's chaos from your point of view, Owen Wilson, but it would be fun. And he's like, yeah, it would be, but this is my life, this is what I believe in. So it was an interesting conversation that brought up not only like the mythos of this show and what we're playing with, but also the greater thought process of what is free will, do we have choices, are things predestined for us, all those kind of things. And that's, I think, ultimately what this show is about. It's about what you believe in versus free will and chaos and all those things. That's what this show's really playing with, and I'm enjoying it. Now, I said in terms of theorizing where the show might be going, I said in episode 1 I didn't think the timeline was going to survive this show. Here we go. That part's already come true. I am still, like I say, I'm expecting to see more variants of Loki come up. I don't know in what form they'll take, but I expect that might be something the show will play with. We got a little hint of it here with the hologram, sort of showing a few different versions. All of them the male version, just so they could try and... Oh, what a surprise! Female Loki. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a surprise for me that it's a female Loki. I sort of expected that's where they would go from the moment they sort of said, we've got a different version of Loki, and, they'd get... what's the point in casting another Tom Hiddleston, basically, to do that? You may as well cast someone completely different from Tom Hiddleston who can also play a version of that part. So that made complete sense to me. And as I said in the reaction, I'm excited to see the two of them really sort of go head to head with one another and see what that conversation is going to be. Because obviously here they did the whole variant Loki talking through other people, and just at the end there they had exchanged a look. And it was an interesting look. It seems like our version of Loki is interested as to what's going on with this variant. Why are they behaving the way that they are? Why are they doing this whole scheme. And honestly, I think, having seen this thing take place, I think Loki is more interested in this other version of himself than he is getting to meet the Timekeepers, who I reckon they are either dead or something else. Like, I feel like there's something going on there that they aren't able to do the job that the TVA think that they are doing in some way, either because they're dead or some other reason. But it's I feel like there's something going on there that will be revealed later on down the line. But no, super enjoying the show. I can't wait for next week's episode. Tom Hiddleston is really impressing me in this. Like, Loki is a great foil and antagonist in the movies, and getting to see him step into this kind of anti-hero role, like leading character, is a lot of fun. And it's fun just because you never know where he is. Like, you can't trust anything he says, but you want to, and that's sort of what makes Loki such an intriguing character, is because you want him to excel. You just want him to excel in the right way, and you're there for the journey. You're there to see if he will slip and fall, or if he will raise himself up. And Tom Hiddleston's doing a great job at playing, both sides of the fence. Basically, like, you never quite know where he's at. I thought in particular it was great, the scene where he sees the destruction of Asgard, and he's looking at the paperwork, and you can see the emotion in his eyes. Like, you can see that had affected Loki in some way. But then when he's talking to Owen Wilson's character later, he just sort of plays off, yeah, whatever, I don't care. It's that sort of stuff that makes that character feel extra three-dimensional. It's something that Tom Hiddleston brought to it in the original Thor movie that might not necessarily been on the script, but he found a way of bringing that out. And I think that's why people love him so much, and why we now have a TV show starring him. And very enjoyable, good times. I look forward to episode 3, and I will see you there. Thank you for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps this video get seen by other people, and lets me know that you enjoyed it. Maybe consider subscribing so you don't miss any future videos. And also, there's plenty of other content on the channel. Please do go check that out. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one.